Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I've already kind of started doing my makeup when I thought, why not film a story time? I love doing story times. I have quite a few stories, and I got a few messages asking to do a story time about my Big Brother experience that I mentioned in my 50 Facts About Me video. I do have my nephew back there too, so if you hear music or anything like that, that's him. But anyways, let's go on with story time. This actually happened, I want to say, 2018. 2018, I was actually reached out by my friend who was doing casting for Big Brother at the time, and she thought that I would, be perfect for the show. So she sent over, my photos and a little about me to the producers, and the producers ended up reaching out to me and asking to do a phone interview just to, get more information about me and my personality and things like that. So they ended up doing the little interview with me, and it went well. That they ended up wanting me to go into the Warner Brothers? Yeah, the Warner Brothers studios to meet with the head honchos of casting. And I've never done reality. I've never gotten that close to doing anything in that nature. So they actually, and it's a big show, so they want secrecy and all these things. I had to sign an NDA, which I'm not sure if I'm violating that NDA right now. But y'all are my peeps, we're friends. We're just sitting and chatting. But it's not like I'm spilling any damn secrets, So they ended up putting me up in a hotel for a couple days for casting, and the possibility of being booked on the show. So they narrowed it down to a quite few people to go to the hotel, stay and do the interview process and the testing. It was like rigorous testing that I didn't even realize was part of reality TV, but a lot of reality TV shows I've heard do these tests, psychological tests and personality tests. It's so many tests that you have to do in order to be qualified to be on a show, and background tests. Oh my god. So signed the NDA, met with producers, and got my room and my assistant or babysitter. I want to call it a babysitter because they didn't really assist with anything. They were just there to like make sure you didn't talk to anybody else, because obviously there was other potential cast members staying at the exact same hotel, so they didn't want you mingling with other cast people until the show. They didn't want you to talk to anybody. But I did see like quite a few people there when we were like in the cafeteria waiting to be seen and interviewed by production, because they were going to film the interview, and that was going to take about 5-10 minutes or so. So anyways, I was waiting with my babysitter in the cafeteria, and other castmates were also in there waiting to be seen. I ended up seeing one of the people that actually got casted for the show. His name, I never actually watched season 20. I think it was Salty. No, I'm just kidding. But his name was Fayaz. I don't know, because I just saw how it's spelled. Obviously, I never heard his name, but yeah, he was there. I remember noticing him in the cafeteria, and a lot, because a lot of the things we were doing, I also saw him there. So anyways, we go to the cafeteria first, and we're waiting in there to be seen by producers, and it was my turn. I go up, see them. I'm pretty much myself like this. I have been doing castings and auditions since I was like 12, so I don't really get nervous anymore. You know, if they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. So concentrating on my contour. So they ended up just talking about my childhood and, you know, what I like doing and how I grew up, and they wanted me to focus a lot on my social media presence, which I don't really think I have that big of a social media presence. But anyways, they were like, make sure you say in the camera how many followers you have and like all these things. And so I was like, okay. So I guess that they were trying to spin that and make that like my thing, or I don't know, but they kept focusing on that. And pretty much they were like so happy, and one of the executive producers was like, oh, they loved you, whatever. Then after that, we had to do like cast photos or something like that. So we had to do like these little preliminary cast photos where I was just pretty much taking pictures outside of the WB lot. It was a little awkward just because there was people who were doing the little tours. You know, they do the tours of the Universal lot or whatever, and or the WB lot. I don't know, but there were people doing tours because they were like tourists taking pictures and stuff. And then I was there taking pictures, and it was just really awkward, but you know, you just gotta do it. So I did that. And then after taking the pictures, they wanted to take me to a doctor's office. And I was like, okay, just to see if I was in like physically fit to do the challenges and things that they do on the show. And mind you, before my friend suggested me to do the show, I never watched it. So leading up to that is when I was like binge watching the show so that I can get like a sense of, you know, what am I getting into. And I was like, okay, I think I could do it. I'm not like super physically fit, but I'm not like I work out a little. So I was like, okay, I could do this. So we ended up going to the doctor's office, and that one was like in Beverly Hills. And my babysitter drove me to the doctor's office, and we were there waiting, and that one guy from the show was there waiting as well. And like, I couldn't even say hi. I couldn't say nothing. They were like, don't look at each other, don't talk to each other, don't interact with one another. I was like, okay, like. So anyways, we ended up seeing the doctor. They took our blood. Oh, they took our blood. The doctor wanted to do just like an overall, I think it was just kind of like a physical checkup, like how when you go to the doctor every year to do a physical, it was like that. They just overall just check your bones, just check your, if you're physically fit to, I guess, just participate. And they told me right then and there that it was good as long as my blood work came back. I don't know if they did STD testing too, which is like crazy to think, because it's like, even if I was on the show, I would not do that. But I guess some people do, so yeah, they do STD testing, they do like all that. And after that, we went back to the hotel. We had lunch, and everything was just like, day one was pretty like this. Like, it was just so quick, so like everything was just so quick and fast that didn't even get a chance to really soak it in or any of that. But anyways, we had lunch. After lunch, they called us to do the tests, which were the most like annoying part of it, just because, I mean, I've been to school. Ain't nobody want to be taking tests, but obviously you have to take all these psychological tests to make sure that, you know, you're not in the house with a bunch of creeps or sociopaths. So they do a personality. I think we took like 2-3 long ass tests. It took hours. And I was in the room with maybe like 15 other people, and we were all taking our personality exams. It just asked like a bunch of questions, like if this were to happen, what would you do? If somebody told you this, how would you react? What would you do in this scenario? Like there was just like things like that, like hypothetical things that could potentially occur, and you know, how would we react? What would we do, kind of thing. And I guess based off of your answers, tells you if you're crazy or not. I don't know. So we did that. That took forever. And that was the last thing we did that day. And then the next day is when they pretty much just, I think we had to sign more forms. And then they pretty much sent us home, and they said that they were going to let us know about the casting. Like, did we get casted? Did we not get casted? And whatever. They just pretty much said, just wait a day. The producer gonna go over footage and over your guys' interviews and things like that and decide who they're gonna pick. But what I don't like is the fact that one of the executive producers that was like gassing me up. Like, don't gas me up. Don't gas me up if you don't really think that I'm gonna get it. Like, don't hype me up. Like, if there's one thing about castings that I've learned, when it comes to just like any commercial casting, TV casting, anything like that I've ever done, they're always so serious in castings until you get it. So they're not gonna gas you up until you get it. So for me, because he kept gassing me up, I was like, oh my God, like this is a done deal. I'm gonna be locked up in a house with strangers. And I was like, I was getting like cold feet. I was like, do I really want to do this? Can I like back out now? Because I don't know, for me, I've always been like, I don't want to do reality. Reality's not really my thing, because I love acting, and I would much rather do a television show than a reality show. But I was like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I've always been like that. If this is my path that I'm supposed to go to, it'll be easy and I'll just get it. It won't be like a question whether or not. So whatever, I just let it be. After the guy clearly was gassing me up the whole entire time. Like, probably was gassing everybody up, to be honest. But anyways, that was like really annoying. So anyways, we go, and he said, regardless of what the results are, we're gonna contact you guys tomorrow by 12 p.m. or something like that. And just got in my car, left back home. Oh, and then they ended up saying like, but be ready, like have your stuff packed, because we're just gonna pretty much like that following day is when they're gonna have everybody picked up. They're gonna film that the beginning intro where at people's houses, where they're picking them up from their house and isolating them from then on. Because when they pick the people and they pick you up, you're gonna be stuck in that hotel for I think like 2 weeks. No phones, no contact with your family, no contact with the outside world for 2 weeks until you go into the house or something along those lines. I don't remember specifics, but you're gonna be locked up in this hotel room for a couple days before they start filming the show, because they're gonna do the announcements to the media. Or that's what they were saying, that they were gonna announce to the media like the cast members. And once they announce the cast members to the media, the cast members can't be out free to talk about it or to do any of that. So obviously they have to be locked up by then. And I think that was the part that was like freaking me out. I'm like, oh, I don't know how I would feel to be like not being able to talk to my family for so long. I was so afraid. But anyways, yeah, they were just like, so just be prepared. We want it to be like a surprise coming to your house and you being like, oh my God, I got in. Like, whatever. So yeah. that was pretty much the dealio. Oh, anyways, I was just like trying to get all my last minute things ready if I were to book the show. So I had to pack everything and that you would do for the cast photos, the cast interviews, obviously clothes for the next 3 months. I think they have you locked up in there. I don't know, because even after you get voted off the show, they were explaining to me that you're still locked up. I'm like, what? I thought like if you got booted off, you would go home. Nope. You're stuck in a hotel until the actual season finale. So you're stuck in a hotel, everybody, for 3 freaking months. So anyways, I was home and waiting for the producers to end up texting me for the show, whether I got it or not. So literally the next day was such an excruciating wait, but they don't give up. They're gonna make you wait. I, at one point, did I end up texting them? Honestly, I don't remember. But I just remember them taking so long. They were like, by 12 p.m. on Friday. It was already like 2 o'clock, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. Like, did I get it? Did I not get it? Like, just tell me. Take me out of my misery, you know? So, I want to say that I reached out to them because I was just like, it was 3 o'clock, and I was just like, I'm not waiting any longer. And I ended up reaching out to, I think it was the executive producer or somebody that I had contact of, and let them know like what's going on. Did I get it? Did I not get it? And that's when they ended up telling me like, no, you didn't get it, but they really did love you and they want you to apply for next year. My ass was like, if I didn't get in this year, it's because it wasn't meant for me. Obviously I didn't tell him that, but that's my mentality. Like, if it was meant for me, I would have gotten it that year when I applied, because it was so much, like the paperwork, the testing, it was just, it's draining. It's a lot of work, and unless it's something that I absolutely love and want to do, I'm not going to do that again. It just wasn't for me if I didn't get it this time. And a lot of things happened throughout that year that I would have missed out on if I had gone into the house. So I don't actually mind that I didn't get it. It wasn't meant for me. But it's cool that I got that far. That is pretty much my experience with the Big Brother franchise. Wouldn't it have been nice to go on the show? Of course. Why not? You are gonna win bank. I think they were like, wait, how much do you win? Do you win $1 million? I don't remember. It was something around that, like you win a lot of money. Finished getting ready, but anyways, I will link everything that I used product wise down below, like I always do in all my videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully you liked this story time. If you did, I will make more. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell, all those fun things, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.